Hi there, this is Sonia from Your Vegan Guide, and today I'm going to talk about my experiences with the 2013 Woodstock Fruit Festival. I'm talking about this now because this is actually the month, it's August, and it's time for the 2014 Woodstock Fruit Festival. This year it will be offered in two one-week sessions. Some people are attending 1 week, some the other, and some are attending both. So I thought I'd put out my reactions to the Woodstock Fruit Festival to help anyone who may be making a decision about whether or not to attend this year or maybe future years. I believe they're putting out some promotions to get more attendees even at this late date because I've gotten some emails to that effect. So again, look at their website for more information, and I will post a link down below. Basically, overall, I had a good time. I had never been to the state of New York, and I actually enjoyed exploring Albany, which is the capital of New York, as well. So I like to go one new place a year, and so last year that fit the bill. I'm not going this year because of the opportunity cost. I already went last year, and given my costs to get there, I feel like I want to attend something else this year and basically take a trip, maybe having nothing to do with any kind of conference, but just a trip to go somewhere that I've never been before. So last year I attended the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and I got to meet a lot of the people I'd watched on YouTube. I had only actually started looking into 80-10-10 maybe a year before actually attending the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Before, I was more into the traditional raw food movement, and I had become vegan fairly recently, although I had been close for many years. So this was by no means a first exposure to me. So what I really liked about the Woodstock Fruit Festival is I've never been in the space with so many committed vegans before. By no means was everybody raw. By no means did everyone follow 80-10-10. One thing that I really liked is that amongst all the pioneers, there were really different philosophies. Some people believed in juicing, some people didn't. Some people believed in a little higher fat, some people thought keep it as low as possible. Some people believed in calorie restriction, while others said you should really pound in as many calories as you can. So that can be good, because then you don't feel like, you know, whatever it is you're doing is going to be condemned as wrong, because really there's no judge and jury there. They don't even agree with each other, which I think is healthy and good. Because really when you approach an event like that where there's a lot of people who are, you know, teaching information, you should go in there with your own beliefs and what you know to be true for your body, and listen accordingly. Of course, be open to absorbing new information, and that you might be wrong about something that you're doing. Something could really improve, but you shouldn't just blindly follow anyone either. And I think, one thing I didn't quite like about the Fruit Festival is there's a certain tone there that the people who are the pioneers are know-it-all, and that I don't agree with. I don't think anyone knows it all. I think we all are pioneers, and because, even being a vegan is just such a tiny, small minority, and then going raw vegan is even more of a minority, it's really uncharted water. And so you're not going to be successful in this lifestyle or a similar lifestyle without being your own scientist, really. And you should be respected for that. Now, I'm not saying everybody was like that or anything like that, but there was a little bit of air like that, air of arrogance there that was off-putting. Now, I thought that overall people were very nice. I failed to really develop and connect with people as deeply as I had wanted to when going there. But that was really kind of my own fault in a way, because I had decided to really immerse myself in the lectures. So one thing I would say is really maybe try to plan your day and really make it a priority to get to know people if that's what you want to do. I wish some of the classes, especially the exercise classes, were held at night, because some of the morning time I wanted to kind of spend with myself and take walks, and then by the time I'd get there and eat, it would be too late for an exercise class. So, and the same with the lectures. It would have been nice to have some of them in the evening so that I could spend more time in the day if I didn't want to miss this lecture or that lecture. You know, going swimming and doing boating and stuff like that. The swimming area at the festival is absolutely phenomenal. The facility is pretty impressive. It kind of lacked in the restroom area. And, you know, restrooms are very important when a lot of people are eating just fruits and vegetables every day, all day, because you go to the bathroom a lot. But I think they recognize that as a weakness, and the plan was to really address it for this year. In fact, I think they're doing a lot of renovations for this year, so you're going to want to check that out. Definitely get on to the forums at the Woodstock Fruit Festival and ask questions. I did that ahead of time, and I'm glad I did. The living arrangements at the Woodstock Fruit Festival made it kind of expensive for me, because there's no way somebody like me with kind of a sound sensitivity problem would be able to camp out where other people might be snoring or live in a room with 15 people. So I made an incredibly wise decision of staying about a mile down the road at a resort, and it cost a little bit of money, but it was worth it. I had some challenges there. My door wouldn't lock, the air conditioning didn't work, and when I opened the refrigerator, it absolutely reeked of fish. So we kind of worked out some of those problems, and even on balance though, even though I had some challenges, I'm definitely glad I stayed off site. The facility is wonderful, and the area is wonderful. But again, when I talk about opportunity costs for myself, I come from Madison, Wisconsin, and the climate in New York is pretty similar to Madison. So, you know, I want to go somewhere this year where I haven't seen, you know, or experienced whatever it is, wherever it is that I'm going. I want a new experience. And for me, Woodstock wouldn't be a new experience in that, A, I've already been there, and B, the climate is very much like Wisconsin. So that actually kind of makes the Thai fruit festival somewhat attractive, or one of the fruit festivals in Europe. Now, that is not at all to say I won't be back to the Woodstock Fruit Festival in the future, but I've got to look at those opportunity costs. The airline ticket to Albany was also quite expensive, so transportation was expensive. But for some people, the Woodstock Fruit Festival is an incredible deal. If you drive there, you room with other people, and maybe you do kind of a, you know, their work program where your entrance fee is waived in exchange for working like 5 or 6 hours a day. It can be incredible. The other thing is, at the end of the fruit festival, you were able to take food home because they had all this food left over, and what were they going to do with it? So if you actually drove up with a truck or something, oh my God, you could really make out. So there's an incredible differential in how good of a deal it was for you, depending on your circumstances and depending on what you need for